What's up, everybody? It's J with Justin and Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck was so funny to start off, but
Because I was trying to move my chair.
what we got going on today, Justin? Not really too much going on. Some teams on fire, some teams are slacking right now. But besides that, nothing too crazy individual with some players or none.
So today we got Cleveland Cavaliers, 4-game losing streak. We know Mikey Locks has been going crazy in the group chat. Brandon Jennings conversation. He's been tweaking out the past couple weeks, saying that he's better than Drew Holiday and a lot of people from that 09 draft class.
Shout out to Lowe, bro, for even starting this.
That was funny. 76ers shut down Paul George, so Henny bottles.
Deep, bring me my Hennessy bottle. Bring me my shit as soon as possible. I'm going to say that.
Mavericks barely having any players to play at all. Heat and Rockets struggling. And yeah.
I really want to start with the Brandon Jennings shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know me. I was a big fan of B. Jennings. I was especially a really big fan of B. Jennings when he teamed up with my other favorite player at the time, or one of my favorite players, Monte Ellis, once he first got to Milwaukee. But he kind of been tweaking. I ain't gonna lie, recently. He kind of been dissing Ty Lawson. He kind of been dissing Teague. He definitely been dissing Drew Holiday, who's the only one out of that group of three who's still fucking playing right now. At a high level, too. He's not just on the bench, chilling, handing out water. He's got 2 rings to his name. Big contributing factor last year in the championship. So I don't know what the disrespect with Drew Holiday is currently right now with Brandon Jennings. What's confusing me? Where does Lou Will come in all of this? He's not even in the 09 draft class. Why did he call him out? Yeah, he's 05, 06. Why did he call him out?
That was mad random.
I mean, they're going to play apparently. But I just didn't understand. It's like, what does Lou Will have to do with this conversation? But I'm going to take Lou Will out of this, right, Justin? Because I'm going to make this simple. Lou Will's out the conversation, not even in that draft class. Drew Holiday, out that conversation because he's playing right now. And I'm going to be real. He's better than all 3 of those guys. Start, bench, cut at their very best. Ty Lawson, B. Jennings, and Jeff Teague. Again, at their very peaks, what are you doing?
Start, bench, cut between the 3 of them.
Yeah. And be honest, you feel me? You could judge it on career. You could judge it on roll the ball out. You could judge it on if I was picking in the draft and a redraft, I'm picking this guy. Whatever you want to evaluate it on.
Start, bench, cut. I think I would go. Damn, I really fucked with Ty Lawson, yo. Ty Lawson was so tough. Damn, am I gonna cut Jennings, bro?
What?
Nah. I guess I'll go start. I feel like you fake have to start. That shit is a close conversation.
They're all in the same tier.
Yeah. I think I would start B. Jennings. Bench. I think I might bench Ty Lawson and cut Jeff Teague.
Yeah, I'm starting 12-13 Ty Lawson. That's like a cool 17-9.
Yeah.
Literally, like straight up with 3-point shooting.
He was fucking great, bro.
He was phenomenal. That early, like mid 2010s, amazing on that Nuggets team. So I'm going to specifically say, though, 12-13 Ty Lawson. Give me him to start. And that's in anything. Roll the ball out one-on-one. Pick in a redraft. Specifically just that year, not career-wise. Career-wise, though, he don't really got it. No all-star bids, no championships. Not even a conference finals appearance, if I'm not mistaken. Not even a conference finals appearance, which is okay, but always part of winning teams in his absolute peak. And a contributing factor, too, as well. So shout out to him. Again, this is also very close. I'm benching B. Jennings. And unfortunately, that means I got to cut Teague. Again, these guys are all like in the same tier. Like I would say 14-15 Teague is all-star year. B. Jennings, you kind of have some variance. I know some people will go straight to rookie year. I'd probably say 11-12.
Yeah, that was his best year.
11-12, honestly. Not 12-13. 11-12 is a little bit better in my opinion. So 11, 12, and then 12, 13, Ty Lawson. But I'm benching B Jennings. But for him to say like it's like a wash is kind of crazy. And then
Yeah, that was crazy.
Drew Holiday is just a whole nother tier above him anyways. So I didn't understand the conversation from the jump. He's confident.
Yeah, that was
He's a
actually like a
hooper, all that
conversation,
shit.
low key. I was gonna start Ty Lawson, but I'm like, yo, am I crazy for starting this guy?
No, there's no problem with that because
I think people don't remember how good Ty Lawson was.
but you know what that also says too, because you just said that. A lot of people are clowning B Jennings, and I truly think a lot of people don't remember B Jennings. Like on the Bucks. I think a lot of people's recent could be again, basketball is mostly driven to a younger crowd. I think a lot of people's memories of Brandon Jennings is the Wizards. It's the Knicks. It might even be for the little bit older young crowd, the Magic. Like, come on. Like, not even Pistons. And they definitely don't remember Bucks Brandon Jennings. He hasn't been a Buck in 13 years. So, I'm not going to lie. I think a lot of people are putting a lot of disrespect on his name, but in the same way, just like how he's disrespecting some of the guys in his class trying to say, I'll whoop their ass. You feel me? It is interesting to watch, though. I still don't know where Lou Will comes into this picture.
You saw Marcus Thornton come out.
Yeah, Marcus Thornton, I'm sorry, bro. You just gotta mind your own business, bro. This has nothing to do with you. But that draft, bro, geez. Curry would go first. Man, Curry goes first. Harden
goes
second. Does Blake go third?
Either Blake or DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Blake or DeRozan third. I'll probably take Blake.
I'll still take Blake.
I'll take Blake just because of peak.
Yeah.
Blake, you could argue, is like a top 5, top 6 player. I think DeRozan probably capped out at top 12, even when he was averaging 27 points, I think in 16, 17. Like, he still capped out. Or was it 17? I think it was 16, 17, averaged like 27 points. Yeah. He still capped out maybe as like the 12th best player. I don't think he was ever a top 10 player, to be honest with you. He was close, but never like no Blake Griffin. So, still give me Blake. Give me DeRozan, you feel me? And then
probably Drew.
Drew Holiday goes 5th. I'm trying to think if we're forgetting anybody really important before I continue. I don't think so.
I'm looking at it now. You have like Ricky Rubio.
No. Ricky Rubio goes behind all those guys we just named prior to.
Tyreek Evans.
Tyreek Evans, unfortunately, just because he fell off so quickly, goes behind all those guys as well.
Ty Lawson, Jeff Teague, Darren Collison.
Darren Collison is solid, but no.
Taj Gibson.
Shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
New York.
Wayne Ellington. Pat Bev.
Yeah, Pat Bev isn't that. He tried to insert himself in the combo and niggas was clowning him.
Marcus Thornton, Chase Budinger, Danny Green.
Chase Budinger, volleyball superstar.
Mm-hmm. Patty Mills. Yeah.
Now it's Drew Holiday 5th.
Yeah, Drew Holiday's 5th.
Drew Holiday 5th. It depends if you want to talk career, like actual ability. I would say Ty Lawson 6. Ty Lawson 6, Jennings 7, Teague 8, Tyreek Evans 9, and number 10 would be what? Who's left over? Like it's between Darren Collison, Danny Green,
Rubio.
Pat Bev, Rubio. I'll probably take Danny Green at number 10. But still a really fucking solid top 10, especially top heavy.
Yeah.
That first 4 picks and then even the 5th pick is very solid. Yeah, that's disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a filthy draft class, bro. That's going down as one of the best ever.
And the Rubio hype was insane at that time.
And it's crazy. Oh, 100% it was insane. And even then, when he was like playing really well, I mean, we still thought he was going to be a big deal. We really did. We thought he was going to be one of the best playmakers like in the league for a foreseeable time.
He was what, like 17 playing against that 08 Redeem team?
Mm-hmm. He was a young man.
That was crazy.
He was basically a child, and he was playing fucking well. So I do got respect for Ricky Rubio, and he lasted a long time in the league. So big shout out to him. But he's not in this convo of all these like better point guards from that draft class. But shout out to B Jennings. Let's get this game rolling, bro. There's actually another one-on-one going on too, Justin. Is it Beasley? No, it's not Tyreek Evans. Beasley versus Lance Stevenson. Yeah, for 100K.
Give me Mike Beasley, man.
Yeah, give me Beasley. Give me Beasley, bro. I want to watch that too.
That shit would be a good game, though.
I don't know why I want to watch it, but I do want to watch Melo from the left, like he said. So I would be down to watch that game, bro. Shout out to B Jennings, though, bro. Justin, what team do you want to talk about first? Because we said on the bad side, we got the Cavs and we got Houston, right? And the Heat. I'm sorry, on the bad side, we got the Cavs and the Heat. Then on the other side, We got a team like Houston frying. So what do you want to talk about first, the positives or the negatives?
We could talk about the positives first.
Shout out to the Rockets, bro.
Yeah.
Incredible win streak. 9 games in a row, 8 games in a row. 9 games in a row, 9-game winning streak.
Back to the 2 seed.
Yeah, they're back to 2 seed. Not only that, most importantly, they created a little bit of space. Not a lot, like 2 games, maybe a game and a half of space, but space is space at this point in time, considering that every game 2 to 4 was shuffling. You feel me? 2 to 5 was kind of shuffling. So that's a big W for them to get back to that 2 seed. Again, though, those bottom teams is still kind of fiending to play them. The Timberwolves is still fiending to play them. You know, the Clippers is still fiending to play them. I don't blame those teams. But let them do their thing. Keep winning your games. Lock up the highest seed that you can. Because when you have a young group like this going to a first playoff series, you need home court advantage. By far. And it sucks. I do want to see them play the Grizzlies. Because to me, that's really the one series I'm confident that they could really win and move on to the next round.
Yeah.
But it's looking right now, with the momentum that they got, they're going to finish 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah.
And which is funny because everyone's so down on them and saying, yo, they're going to fall all the way down to 6 because everyone was so hype. They riding the Warriors. And now look at the space between them and the Warriors. That shit's not happening. Warriors is not coming up to that top 5. So big shout out to the Rockets, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to them grabbing that 2 seed. I feel like this is like the best time to go on these streaks. End of the season, get that stretch, rack up these wins, because you create that separation. And take advantage, especially these teams nowadays at this point where you see a lot of teams just shutting people down, getting ready for the draft. So just take advantage of that instead of what some teams like to do and just fucking drop those games, the Knicks. But it's fun because I remember there was a little bit of adversity at one point when they was kind of falling, and there was like the 4th, 5th seed at one point, and then we just thought that all right, they're gonna be in a 4 or 5 matchup with the Grizzlies, and that's gonna be the first round series, and now they jump back up to 2, so it's good for them. They're a team that understands that we need that home court advantage in the playoffs. Because a lot of teams are looking at us like, we could beat that team. So home court advantage has been the priority for them, and they're making sure they lock that down.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Same thing in any sport. It's critical, in my opinion, to finish any season strong. Why? Because to me, momentum is real. You want to carry that momentum into the postseason. You know what I'm saying? You want your basketball players to be on fire going into the season. You want them to be on a hot shooting streak. You want them to be on a winning streak going into their first playoff series. You want your guys in the NFL frying in that last 2 weeks of the season. You want your bats in the MLB to be hot as fuck in that last week to go into October. So like you said, to me, this is the most important time to really get a win streak. Fuck a win streak in November. Fuck a win streak in January. I'm not saying it's not important at all, but to win at this point in time now and to really rack up a string of wins, this is the most important time to do it. More important than the start of the season. Which, give or take, you could, argue which one's more important. I could see both points of views of you want to start strong so you don't play catch up. At the same time, you want to finish strong as fuck so you go into playoffs with that confidence and with that momentum. And vice versa. If you start losing at the end of the season, such as the Heat and the Cavs, I mean, I don't want to put any... In terms of the Heat, that's different. They're playing garbage right now.
Garbage.
But like the Cavs, I don't want to put any doubt into them. I don't doubt them. I don't want them to feel any self-doubt. But still, this can be a little bit of a kick to the confidence when you're losing this many games in a row at the end of the season. And let's not forget, because I guess this is a little bit of a segue into kind of the negatives, such as the Cavs. Boston's low-key on your ass, too. Like
How many wins does the Cavs have? 56, right?
56. I think the
Boston.
Celtics are at 51, 52.
I think 51.
So they're on your ass. It's possible. You keep dropping games like this, it's possible. Because if you had split these last 2 games, these last 4 games, 2-2, low key, like the door is closed for that 1 seed. But you're still leaving the door cracked a little bit open, which you don't want to do with a team like the Celtics. That's my only concern. Do I think it's gonna happen? No. I don't think the Celtics are gonna creep up and just snatch the 1 seed. I really don't.
I don't think so.
I would be happy to.
They do have some pretty easy games coming up, the Celtics.
I would love for the Celtics and Cavs to switch places in the standings and in terms of our own benefit. But I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's feasible, is my point.
Yeah.
And you don't want to keep dropping these games because when they start getting closer and closer and closer, you're gonna feel the pressure. And that's the last thing you want to end the season with. Feeling any type of pressure like that. To lose something that you've had all season from game 1 to blow it and collapse at the end. You don't want to deal with that shit, bro. That's my only concern with the Cavs before we even move on to Miami. That is my biggest concern. But I think they're chilling, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a big deal. It's a little bit of a losing streak. Oh, well, it happens to every team, even the best of all the teams in history, bro. It's a little bit of a losing streak. I'm not too worried.
Yeah, 4-game losing streak. One of those games without Evan Mobley, the Magic game, and then the Kings game without Garland.
Shout out the fucking Kings.
Yeah. I mean, the common factor in some of these losses is Donovan Mitchell just playing very poorly.
Yes.
So to me, that's kind of like, I'm not gonna say I'm worried, but it's like playoffs when it gets down to business, and he is gonna be the guy that we look at like, yo, you're gonna have to carry us out the gutter, because like all the analytics and all that bullshit, once it hits the playoffs, that shit is out the window, like you said. Like, yeah, Evan Mobley's hitting his threes in the regular season. And you know what teams are gonna do in the playoffs? They're gonna be like, shoot that motherfucker. Let's see if it's real.
I want to see if that's just real.
We're gonna see if it's real. And if it's not, that's gonna be more on Donovan Mitchell's shoulders. Darius Garland, you've had a good season, but historically you haven't been the best playoff performer. Let's see if you could do that shit for real.
Small sample size though.
Yeah, small sample
Very
size.
small.
But they're gonna be like, yo, let's see if you could do this shit for real. Donovan Mitchell is a proven playoff player, but they gonna, depending on how these other like his teammates and all the surrounding pieces perform, is gonna determine if he's gonna have a lot more on his plate. Because if this player, that player don't show up to the plate, it's gonna be like, all right, Donovan, we gonna just key in the fuck on you and just blitz the fuck out of you, and it's not gonna be pretty. I mean, I do like their chances though, because having somebody like DeAndre Hunter is gonna ease the pain, even if a Garland or Mobley's doesn't have it that night. Not saying you could rely on it, but it'll make shit easier. I think Ty Jerome is a guy that, I'm not saying he gonna get in the playoffs and be like, holy shit, what have we been missing? But I feel like he's a guy that could kind of, if a team is going on a run, he could kind of make shit happen where it's like, all right, I'm gonna make something happen right here, change kind of the trajectory of the game and kind of ease the tempo and gain control back. Those are little swing factors. And then you also have a guy like Max Strus who's been in big games, and he's a guy that I'd be scared of in the playoffs because he's always hitting the big shot, making big plays. So I'm not too worried, but definitely keeping this in the folder though for the postseason.
I can't lie, bro. I was just laughing because you said Ty Jerome because I was thinking about him and Paolo trash talking.
That was funny as
That
fuck.
shit was so funny, bro. He said, I will start on your team. I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
At this point in time.
He's not wrong.
That's not an insult to Ty Jerome, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, the Magic would kill for any point guard. And again, that's no disrespect to Ty Jerome, but it's like they would kill for any point guard of any capacity.
He's like, I'll start on your team.
And they would be very happy to have him at this point in time to say, I will start on your team. Well, hey, look who got the last fucking laugh. Paolo, buddy. But the Cavs, you made very valid points in terms of playoffs. Even though Donovan Mitchell, like you said, is the reason that they kind of lose in these games, I'm not worried when it comes to playoffs. Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion, let's say in like the last 10, let's say since he's gotten drafted, right? Instead of the last 10 years, he hasn't been in the league for 10 years yet. Since he's gotten drafted, I think I could confidently say he's been one of the best playoff performers since he's been drafted. Only a handful of people have been better, to be honest with you. Obviously, you got Jabrons, Lukas.
No, it sounded like you said Jabron.
Jabron.
Yeah.
I say you got your Bronze,
Oh, okay.
Lukas, like Durant, Curry's, like obviously the superstar guys.
Yeah.
But like after like that tier of like those like inner circle guys, I put him right next to Ja in terms of playoff performers. I put him right. This is gonna sound crazy. I put him right next to Jimmy in terms of playoff performers. He's that incredible. We've seen what he did in the bubble. We saw what he did against Boston last year.
I think Donovan's a little bit better than Ja playoff wise.
Hey, I center Ja a lot here. Ja has fried in the playoffs.
Nah, he has.
He's fried. I have to admit that.
He has. I think Donovan's a little bit better.
I think it's a conversation, at the very least. You feel me? Like Donovan Mitchell is, like I said, since he's been drafted, one of the best fucking playoff performers, bro. So I'm not worried about him. Like you said, Garland might be a little worried about, just a little bit shaky on him. Mobley, offensively solely, might be a little bit shaky. Like I said, I dare you to shoot that shit. Go ahead, take it. Take it. Take that shot. I don't give a fuck. Let's see if it's real. Like you said, let's see if that shit's real. That shit's not sweet anymore. It's not February. It's not March. It's not January. Let's see if it's real. It's April. It's May right now. Let's see if that shit's real. So honestly, Donovan Mitchell, the only guy on that team I'm not worried about in the playoffs. He's gonna ascend. He's gonna do his shit. He's still gonna average 29. These games, it doesn't mean shit to me in terms of them finishing kind of slow. They still got games to still finish. They still got a handful of games to win. But I'm not worried about Don, bro. Trust me. Everyone else, I'll be a little bit shaky on, but him, I'm never gonna be worried about him. That's one guy that I could truly say that I want him on my team for the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like seriously, I would kill to have him for a playoff series. That's one of those guys where you make a list of top 10 guys you want for a playoff series. He might be in that top 10 list since he's gotten drafted.
He's going out fighting, bro.
You'd rather have Booker or him for a playoff series? I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. Solely playoffs. I'm taking Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. I'll take Donovan. But even Booker is so fucking cold in the playoffs. It's just last playoffs was so fucking bad, yo.
But
he's so cold in the playoffs.
He does his thing, but I'm taking Donovan Mitchell, bro.
Nah, yeah, I'll take Donovan Mitchell.
Taking him or Ant in the playoffs. Solely playoffs.
Donovan Mitchell.
Damn, that was so definite. We've seen what Ant can do, bro. I was very definite. No hesitation.
We have seen what he could do. I'll take Donovan Mitchell.
No bias. Him or Brunson. Yeah, you see, there's where the bias comes in. Be careful now. Don't throw up.
I gotta go with Brunson. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I gotta go with Brunson, bro.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
I have to. Especially last playoffs, and then on top, just take out last playoffs. He outperformed them in 2 straight playoffs. So I'm gonna take Brunson.
That's fine, but whole career wise, like, hey, man,
I mean, yeah,
that bubble shit still moves into this day.
I mean, Donovan Mitchell's been the guy for longer than Brunson has.
Of course, bigger sample size.
Yeah, but I would go Brunson.
I'll lean either way. I'm not gonna lie. I'll lean either way. Him or Tatum.
Probably Donovan.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie.
Tatum does have some good ass games though.
Hey, I fuck with that answer. I'm still taking Donovan Mitchell. All right, last one. Playoff series: Donovan Mitchell or Jaylen Brown.
Donovan Mitchell. What the fuck? What the fuck?
You obviously didn't watch the conference finals last year.
I did see the conference finals.
And
Jason Tatum was fucking amazing in that conference finals.
You obviously didn't watch this man close games, bro. In the finals and conference finals. Respect my boy, bro.
Nah, he was good in the finals, but it wasn't like, holy shit. Like,
respect my GOAT. We're not doing that.
It was, damn, I wish you brought up somebody else. This shit was so underwhelming.
He was all hype. He was like, who's this about to be? KD? This is about to be Curry? This is about to be Luka? Who's this about to be? Kyrie? Like, nah, bro. He's, by the way, and I'm not even going to say it, bro, because I know it's just going to be a lot of heat, but it's the truth. I'm going to just keep that in my back pocket for later. After the playoffs, I'll bring that up as an agenda. I'm going to write that down, too, for the future. I know people are going to be like, what about this? What about this? I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Let's see how he plays.
Yeah, Tatum has good playoff games, but I feel like Donovan Mitchell has a lot of, like, holy shit.
He'd be a fucking demon.
Like, even his rookie year, bro.
He was rookie year, bro.
Was out battling fucking Russell Westbrook.
And Paul George.
And Melo.
he played better than all 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
As a rookie, averaging like 27, bro. Your second option's Joe Ingles.
Yeah, because Tatum's rookie in the playoffs, he was good.
He
But
was
Donovan
cool.
Mitchell was clearly like...
Yeah, Tatum was cool. You feel me? He was
Donovan
cool.
Mitchell was like a step above that.
Oh, 100%. That's not even a conversation, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't even think we should be entertaining that. I mean, it's no big deal. You feel me? It's just a moment. It's a postseason run, but
Tatum.
let me have that. Let me have that. Donovan Mitchell as a rookie in the playoffs is better than Tatum. Let me have that.
Yeah.
And please get this ring, Donovan Mitchell, if we don't. So I could open up the you versus Tatum combos again and get finals MVP.
I can't see a world where he doesn't get finals MVP.
Because you know I'll be here and I'll be a fucking asshole the last week of June.
I don't think I could see a world. Imagine like fucking Jared Allen was finals MVP. They play the Lakers and he just averages fucking like 19 and fucking 12.
He not doing that. Not against Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, he not.
Not against this version of Jackson Hayes, at least.
We're going to have to start respecting Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, I can't believe it, bro. We got to respect Jackson Hayes in 2025.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
I'm on the court.
On the court. Because I'm like, yo, ain't this the same motherfucker that was cursing out Adam Silver because he didn't make the fucking Rising Stars game? I'm like, wow, how the times have changed.
True, bro. I can't believe you just reminded me of that shit.
You remember that?
I know.
He was
fucking bitching.
Fuck Adam Silver.
He was
Fuck
bitching.
NBA. I didn't make the Rising Stars game. I've never seen nobody so pressed about not making Rising Stars.
The other rookies are probably like, yes.
They're like, yes.
I could go to Bora Bora.
Yeah, I could go to Bora Bora.
I could chill for like 5 days,
for 5
bro.
days. He was like, fuck, I didn't make
I wonder where All-Star even was at that point in time.
He got drafted in 19, so that was Chicago. And it was cold as fuck that year. Like, why the fuck would you want to be there?
Hey, but it is Chicago, though.
Yeah, it's Chicago, but
The year after, that
was one of the coldest All-Star games ever.
The year after was Cleveland, or 22 was Cleveland?
21 was Atlanta, and then 22 was Cleveland.
Okay, so.
And then 23 was Utah.
Yeah, and last year was Indy. Wow, what a run.
Yeah, garbage run.
Bring it back to a Garden. It's been a while. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, it's been a long ass time. What are we waiting for?
And then before that, it hadn't been the Garden since like 98.
Yeah, so what are we waiting for?
I don't know. But the way they did it last time was Friday and Saturday was in Barclays, and then Sunday was in the Garden.
No one wants to be in fucking Barclays.
Yeah, that's how they did it last time.
I'm just being brutally honest. No one wants to go to fucking Barclays, bro. Neither do these guys. Just put it all in the Garden. These guys rather play in the Garden than Barclays. We will never see an All-Star game in the Barclays Center. I promise.
Hell no. Probably never.
Because who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
What year was Charlotte? 19?
Yeah.
That one was tough.
Have we had an All-Star in Miami?
I don't think the guys can handle that.
They probably scared. Like, yo, these niggas ain't showing up.
Just like they scared of the Vegas one, because they did one in Vegas and it went really bad.
That was what, 07?
Was it 06 or 07?
I think it was 07. What happened in that shit that it went bad?
I mean, it's Vegas, bro.
I remember they did Orlando, 2012.
Yeah. That's still my favorite All-Star jerseys to this day.
That was a fun All-Star. That's when fucking D-Wade broke Kobe's nose. I remember that shit.
Took it a little too seriously.
Yeah.
Was that the same one that Bron passed up the shot? I believe so. Or was that the year before?
Pass up the shot.
Yeah.
What, to win the game?
Yeah. And Kobe got tight at him.
I think that might have been the year before.
Was it 10-11 or 11-12?
10-11 was in LA, I remember.
One of those 2 years, that's when Bron, I think he passed out to Melo or Wade to take the last shot. And Kobe was like, yo, why didn't you take the last fucking shot? It's like, bro, it's an all-star game. Who cares? It's an exhibition game. Do you really care that much?
Because I remember 2012 All-Star, the West won pretty comfortably.
It was a better team back then.
Yeah.
Still a better team today.
I'd be looking back on those shits like to see who's All-Star starters. I'm like, yo, Blake Griffin was like an All-Star starter for like a good amount of time.
2012 was when D Rose just walked out normal. Just chilling just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just stuck in my mind.
Melo was an All-Star starter for a good minute too.
Deservedly so.
Yeah, deservedly. So, yeah.
A lot of people will say no. A lot of Melo slander to recently for whatever fucking reason, but deservedly so. Who was going to take his spot?
10-time All-Star? I think when I checked, out of all those 10, I think in like 6 of them he was starting, 6 or 7.
Who's gonna start over him?
Nobody. Yeah, but that should be a reminder of like people would like to talk down on Melo.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like all-star starter for consecutive years.
All NBA is what, multiple years.
I think the last All-Star game that he started was 2016.
His last year in a Knicks uniform.
Yeah.
Actually,
No. That was his second to last year. Because wasn't 16, 17?
16, 17 was when they called him as a replacement.
Yeah.
And people were mad. They're like, what about Jabari? I remember people wanted Jabari Parker to make it. And now I kind of feel bad because that would have been his one and only All-Star.
Yeah.
He could have had his moment. So now I do feel bad. But at the time, I was like, Mo's fucking playing better, even though it was ass that year. That's when we were the super team.
Oh, yeah.
When D Rose was saying, they saying it's us in Golden State.
That's crazy, bro.
Trolling. Literally trolling.
Oh, my God.
Trolling for no reason. Justin, this is where I want you to cut the promo because at this point, I want you to call Julian down and just say fuck you to his face.
Oh, the Miami Heat.
So you could talk about the Heat.
Some of my hatred has left me.
Because Jimmy's gone?
I think Jimmy carried a lot of that hatred because now when I watch Golden State, I'm rooting for their downfall. And I think the combination of Jimmy and Draymond makes me hate them even more.
Draymond pissed me off too, by the way. Him and BD. And it sucks because I love BD. Why you gotta be associated with Draymond? I fuck with BD heavy, but he was saying, oh, I liked when Cat was coming at me. He was like, ho, ho, ho. You a ho.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, yeah, I like that. I want Cat to be like that every game. I was like, bro, you disrespect him and say he was pussy when he was at a funeral.
All he has to do is apologize.
Like, he still don't want to apologize.
It's gotten this far. It's like, yo, he's just saying shit just so he doesn't have to take accountability.
Nah, the craziest one is still the Jordan Poole shit after he punched him and he made a whole documentary saying sorry, but then showing why he's the victim. That shit was ridiculous.
That was crazy.
And then the tweet was funny. He's like, I'm sorry, I truly am. That shit was the first time he actually apologized about that shit. A whole year later.
Yeah, year later.
But that shit was funny as fuck though. He said, I'm sorry, I truly am. And then after that, he said, let's move on. So it wasn't even a real apology. By the way, the Knicks got me so fucking tight about that shit too.
Oh, how they all dapped up Draymond.
Yeah, even PJ Tucker, we bring you in as this tough-minded vet, and you dapping this motherfucker up and giving him a hug. Mind you, this same dude that was kicking you out the playoffs back-to-back years.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
That shit looks crazy, bro. I don't know. Draymond could call me soft, but I'm like, yo, if I'm Cat, I'm not talking to this nigga. I'm never speaking to this guy.
I don't know. Him calling him a hoe was funny.
Oh, Cat calling him a hoe. No, I'm talking about, talking trash, but like after that.
Oh, you mean like off the court?
Yeah, off the court. I'm never speaking to that.
No, they're not
bro.
cool. They're not cool.
And if Cat's my teammate, I'm just like, I'm not even like going to fucking Draymond to dap him up.
If we was on a team and someone called you a bitch ass nigga, why would I shake their hand? Why would I give him a hug? I'm just being real. Why would I do any of that shit?
Yeah. I feel sometimes it's not bad to have a crash out once in a while.
The thing is, although I love Cat and I'm happy about the trade, and again, with the even if the trade didn't happen, this moment would have never happened. But I wish we could have had Cat and still had Randall and Devo, even though it would have been impossible, just for the sole fact of they would not have let that shit slide.
Yeah.
Like that tough guy identity that we had last year, where I remember the joke about the Knicks was like, oh, when teams play against the Knicks, it's like you getting hit with metal bats for 48 minutes. That's not the same shit as this year, bro.
Nah, yeah.
It's not even close to the same, man. Like, amazing offense. But to be honest with you, like, I'm not having as much fun watching this team as I did last year.
Yeah.
And I hate to make it about the Knicks just real quick, but that's kind of like a sidebar. Shout out to Mitchell Robinson, too, because since he came back, one of the top 5 teams in defensive rating. And the second best team in defensive rating when he's actually on the court. So
yeah, and people was like, he's not going to make that much of a
shout out to those
difference.
people who say he's not going to make a difference. People were like, oh, Knicks fans think that he's going to be prime Shaq. Ain't nobody ever said prime Shaq. We say he's going to bring some defense to a trash defensive team. But, yeah, bro, that's just the one thing I'm going to say, just because you mentioned Draymond real quick. That shit got me so mad, bro. We need somebody that's like willing to crash out. That's the only thing I really miss about Randall. Him wanting to start problems with everybody.
Yeah, and that's one thing I miss about Devo.
I wish we took Randall's, like I told you so many times, like in the group chat or here or just on the phone. I wish we could have taken Randall's like crash out, like attitude, like enforcer attitude, and put into somebody else that's not as talented on our team. Because he was getting texts and shit and injected because of that bullshit. And you was our best player at the time.
Devo didn't care. He'll get in your face
Yeah.
if you 7 foot.
He was just going like this.
Yeah.
The whole fucking Pacers series.
He would get at Embiid. Like when Embiid did that shit to Mitch, Devo got right in his face. He was like, "You don't do that shit."
And now what?
Now he got in Miles Turner's face. He wanted to fight Miles Turner. That shit was crazy.
Now what? If someone shoulder checks Cat in the middle of the air, who the fuck is gonna step up? Bridges?
Nah.
I like Bridges as a player. He's soft though. I would love OG to start crashing out and shit. That's not his personality. Brunson's small. Josh Hart likes to talk shit, but like he not enforcer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need Precious to start being an enforcer.
OG only crashes out against Finney Smith.
That's why just like in that convo that I had with you and Dequan on the phone, I really wish we could get Beef Stew somehow. We'll never get him. But I wish we could have him on this team.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
I feel like the Knicks specifically, they need like a Charles Oakley type of motherfucker.
100%.
I'm like, yo, just crash out. Like, yeah. I would love to have like a fucking Dennis Rodman ass motherfucker on our team.
Or even just PJ Tucker 2 years younger, bro.
Yeah. Like, yo, just grab every board, just check somebody.
Grab some boards for 13 minutes, bro. And if someone does some fuck shit, just shoulder check them.
Yeah.
Or throw some bows in their face.
Need some vets in the locker room, man. The NBA trying to go away from vets. Next year, if I'm the GM, I'm like, yo, we bringing in fucking James Johnson and PJ Tucker. Y'all not playing, but y'all gonna be here in every fucking locker room. And if some shit goes down on the court, I'm checking them in.
It's about to be fucking boxing lessons in practice at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you are right, though. It's the whole vet shit, the lack of vet presence, bro, in the locker room.
No veterans, bro. I'm like, I would have loved if fucking Tony Allen was still playing. Shout out to him. I
love Tony Allen.
He just got his jersey retired. Shout out to him. But I'm like, yo, if I'm a GM, I'm like, yo, I'm signing all these motherfuckers just to have them in the locker room.
I would even take King Zebo right now just to be in the locker room. And he was still giving you 15 anyways in that last year. But I would take a King Zebo attitude right now. I would love that shit. But we can't even get that.
I would need like one crash out center and one crash out like point guard.
I don't really think you need a crash out point guard.
Yeah, you might not.
I think you need a crash out center and a crash out forward.
Yeah.
Crash out center just power forward.
Ja want to dunk.
Yeah.
Make sure he don't do that shit again.
Yeah, just push him out the sky.
Yeah.
I love for Mitchell Robinson to be a little bit more aggressive, but I don't know if that's really his personality. And I'm just thinking to myself right now, our vet before PJ Tucker got here was Cat.
Yeah.
I mean, Cat's technically a vet. This is year 10 for him, if I'm not mistaken. He's technically a vet, but it's like, you know what I mean when I mean a vet.
Yeah.
Like a guy who's in year 15 and he's not even playing like that.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck we need in the locker room.
I feel like Cat as your vet is like cool vibes all the time.
And that's your star too. I don't think your star should be your vet. If you know what I'm saying. I don't think your star should be your only vet at least.
Yeah, your only.
And like a weird way to say it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I do miss about the 2013 Knicks team. Because you had Jason Kidd. You had Kenyon Martin. You had Kurt Thomas. I think we was the oldest team in the league.
You had Q Rich for 5 games.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, that team had fucking vets. And you saw how good that team was. Even Houston, they do it pretty good. Like Jeff Green is a vet. Fred VanVleet, Steven Adams, like, and Dylan Brooks is like on the younger side of the vet.
You could call him a vet at this point.
Yeah, you could call him that, but like Jeff Green, OG, like that's an OG vet right there. Steven Adams is still that motherfucker that was in the 2013 draft, but it's
I'll take Jeff Green right now.
Yeah. And Jeff Green will play too.
He doesn't have to play. That's fine.
Yeah, you don't have to play.
I'll just take him.
Yeah.
OKC is really like the only like great team that has like no vets at all.
Yeah, just like Caruso.
Yeah, your vet's Caruso, really?
Yeah.
Caruso hasn't even been in the league for 10 years either.
Yeah. But then if you don't have vets like that, I would want to see who's on your coaching staff. Because then that,
That makes up for it, low-key.
yeah, it makes up for it.
I'm trying to think what other great team doesn't have vets. I mean, Boston has Al Horford, bro. Al Horford out there. I don't know if you want to call Porzingis a vet because he's been there as long as Cat at this point in time. I guess you call him a vet at this point.
could,
Oh,
but-
then Drew Holiday.
Yeah, Drew Holiday.
That's a big three of vets, bro.
Yeah. But Al Horford himself is like, this motherfucker's won
Big OG.
at every level.
College. NBA now. Old
And
as
he's
fuck.
been in mad big games. Like, yeah, respect to Porzingis, but I'm like, prior to the Celtics, I'm like, he ain't been in like big games like that.
Absolutely not.
Drew Holiday's a good one though.
Drew Holiday too as well. Drew Holiday's like 35.
And he was a former champion, so it was before the Celtics. So
Al Horford, bro, even before like the ring, played in the finals, played in God knows how many conference finals. He's been in the playoffs every single year of his career, if I'm not mistaken, close to it at least. Like, hey, gotta respect that. That's the type of shit that you need on your team.
I remember when JJ Redick was on the Pelicans, he's like, "Yo, Zion, don't fuck up my streak."
Yeah, he's like, I've been to the playoffs every year.
And then he didn't
You fucked it up. You fucked it up, bro.
Yeah, that was funny.
JJ Redick, another good vet. He was on the Pelicans and the Mavs, even though he was dying to be on the Nets. He was fiending to be in Brooklyn, bro.
Oh, when KD, Kyrie, and Harden was there, yeah,
For family reasons and for that super team.
yeah.
Said they had to keep Joe Harris. Have him shoot them out of a game 7.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We just veered off from the Heat though. He is playing so terrible right now, bro. It almost feels like tanking.
Yeah, no, 100% they're tanking.
But there's no point.
Yeah,
There's no point. You can't catch it. You can't catch nobody.
You can't catch. They are currently on a 10-game losing streak,
Mhm.
and I wrote it down. Since the Jimmy Butler trade, they are 4-17. But the crazy shit about this team is like, first half, they'll compete.
Yes.
But for whatever reason, in the second half,
Same shit against us.
I don't know what the fuck happens in the second. They just don't even try. Because, yeah, like you said, against us, I was talking shit in the group chat. I'm like, the Knicks are a fucking joke. It was 12-2 or 13-0 against the Heat at one point. And I'm like, here we go. And then Cat has that 15 consecutive point, and then we came back. And I'm like, all right, this is about to be a fucking dogfight. Second half, we fucking blew them out the gym. So I don't know if it's like, I wonder if it's like upper management, like, yo, you guys gotta chill out. Like, just make sure you balling in the first half so it don't look like we tanking in the second half.
But there's no point in tanking.
Yeah,
There's
there's
no point.
I'm about to.
You're still 5 games ahead of the Raptors,
Yeah, they waited
who
too.
are also trying to tank too.
As of right now, according to Tankathon, they would be the 8th pick
In this draft.
in this draft.
And you would have to throw your playing game too.
Yeah,
Blatantly.
and they would get Jeremiah Fears, which that'd actually be fire if they got him. But yeah, you would have to you'd have to lose your playing game. I think right now they're what, the 10th seed,
They're literally the 10 seed. And remember,
and the motherfuckers behind them, they ain't trying to win either.
you know what's funny? We said there was like a lock for the 7-8 seed. Remember when it was like, oh, the Hawks and the Bulls is basically locked as a 9-10 seed. Remember we said that like 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers really want to have a 10-game losing streak.
Yo, the Raptors are not catching y'all. Y'all gonna have to eat that fucking
Yeah,
playing
they're
game.
just going to have to do it, bro.
Yeah.
By the way, Raptors, keep losing, man. Wait for Philly to win. Because Philly right now has what, the 5th pick?
Yeah.
Just need a Philly W and a Raptors L, bro. More Raptors L's.
I be praying for Q Grimes. Like, yo, please. Yo, that Rockets.
I mean, he be frying.
No, he be frying.
He be fucking frying.
He be frying, bro. That Rockets game, I was like, please win
Yo,
this game.
just drop 50, bro. Every game, please.
Yo,
Who do they play today?
motherfuckers are like, they might have to shut Q Grimes down.
They have to.
That's
but
crazy how you have to.
They're going to get in trouble if they do that shit.
That'd be crazy that, like, Q Grimes is more of a priority shutdown than Paul George.
It's fucking depressing, bro.
Because you could put Paul George out there. Them motherfuckers,
He's helping the tank.
Yeah, he'll help the tank. Q Grimes is fucking that shit up himself.
Raptors play the Spurs next. Where's Philly's next game? Philly plays the Hawks. Yo, Hawks, please throw this game, bro. Like, y'all good already. Y'all good where y'all at, bro.
Ooh, Philly plays the Pelicans on Monday. Then they play the Wizards.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they play Pelicans Monday, Wizards on Wednesday, and then the Heat on Saturday, and then the Raptors.
Nah,
This
hold
could
up.
be.
I
This
need
could be the
Alex
time.
Sarr. I need Alex Sarr to chill out. I know I have him in fantasy. He got to chill out though a little bit.
Yo, this week coming up could be where
Make or break.
Yeah, this is where Philly could fuck it up or solidify. Damn, that's Pelicans, Wizards, Heat. They might grab the Heat one.
Well, obviously they're gonna. No, actually no, they're gonna lose to the Heat, but they're gonna lose to the Pels. They're gonna no. I'm sorry. They're gonna beat the Pels. They're gonna beat the Wizards, but it's gonna be close. Depends how
Wizards
quick.
game's going down to the wire.
It's gonna depend how close they shut down Alex Sarr at the end of the game. The Heat though are gonna lose to the Heat, unfortunately. And you said who else? The Raptors. Oh, please lose to Toronto. Please beat Toronto. I need Toronto to lose, bro. These guys don't deserve their own pick. And I know it's going to be benefiting the 1 seed in the West, and yeah, this can make a potential dynasty, blah, 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 blah. Philly doesn't deserve this shit. I'm just being brutally honest. They do not deserve this shit. They don't deserve the happiness of a top 6 pick right now after all this dumb shit that they did. So, Miami, like Justin said, bro, y'all just got to eat the playing game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And since you already said the PG shit, bro, Dequan, I mean, I already saw you last night, bro, but I'm going to need my bottle of Hennessy. I told you. It sounded crazy at the start of the season in the predictions. I said, look, Paul George is not going to average 20. D laughed. D thought I was bugging. A couple other people thought I was bugging. Oh, Paul George averaged 20 points for the past 10 years, blah, 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 blah. He's been declining for the last couple of years. Anyone who's actually been watching Paul George could see it. Anyone that's been truly paying attention could see it. That's why you can't be scared to give a take. Because when it hits like this, it feels good. This shit right now, Justin, feels like crack in 85.
62 points a game. I mean, 16 points
16.
a game.
16. 4 points off. 4 fucking points off. Money, this is no Embiid. No Jared McCain, you feel me?
Yeah, there's no excuse.
There's no excuse for you not to have averaged 20.
So many motherfuckers went down.
You had so many chances to be a 20-point per game guy. And you ain't do shit. Paul George is a fucking bum now.
Yeah. Would you double down next year and be like, he won't average 18?
Depends if they keep him or not. If he goes to the Wizards, like we talked about last week, where I was like, yo, if they attach like 2 firsts or something and send him to the Wizards,
yeah,
I think he could average like 19. Just because, like, who else is going to be shooting that thing?
yeah.
Alex Sarr, Koulibaly,
Yeah.
Bub.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Those guys aren't going to get way more shots than Paul George. It'll be close. But the only guy that I just named that's going to be getting more shots than Paul George is going to be who? Maybe Alex Sarr.
I mean, depending on who their draft pick is, too.
Oh, yeah. And then they have a draft pick coming in, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll be tough. If he stays in Philly, I might take that bet again. I might tell D, I might be like, Casamigos bottle.
That he won't average 18. That would be funny.
That one might cut it close.
Yeah, that'll cut it close.
I'm about to just start betting bottles with everybody. If Mikey Locks comes up here, bro, I'll bet a pack with him.
I might start betting jerseys.
Because I know that's his shit. I have a jersey bet going on, actually. Right now. I do on TikTok. That we have to get on here on StreamYard. I might try to schedule some shit for like a playoff preview. My boy Top. It's between the Grizzlies and the Knicks. Who gets further?
In the playoffs?
And if they both get to the second round, for example, whoever gets more games wins the bet. So if he wins, I have to wear a fucking Jaren Jackson Jr. jersey on here. Which would be really embarrassing because I don't fuck with Jaren Jackson Jr. If the Knicks get further, he has to wear a fucking Mitchell Robinson jersey on live. I might make him wear this shit here too. I might make him wear that shit twice. Deadass, because he was one of the ones who was like, Mitchell Robinson's not going to do shit. I said, bro, we're a bad defense right now. We're at least going to be mid.
Damn.
And we're incredible, actually, with him.
If he wasn't talking crazy about Mitch, I would have been like, you should make that nigga wear a fucking Shamit jersey.
Nah. I had to because of the Mitchell Robinson. The reason he picked Jaren Jackson for me is because I be slandering Jaren Jackson Jr. Because I'm sorry, rebounding is a part of defense. Fight me if you want, but in my opinion, rebounding is part of defense. You got to close out the possession after you play phenomenal defense. And like, man, you're averaging like 5.5, 5.8. There's games you're getting out rebounded by Desmond Bane, who has not only is he 6'5", he has T-Rex arms.
Yeah, T-Rex arms, yeah.
He has fucking little T-Rex arms, and he's out rebounding you. That's unacceptable.
You seen that video of that motherfucker at the gym on Twitter shooting around? He's like brolic as fuck. And it was like, Desmond Bane better not have a bad game.
Yes. I saw that shit. I thought you were talking about the dude who did the morning routine at 4 a.m.
Oh, nah.
I thought you were talking about that shit. That shit was ridiculous. He jumped his face in the cold ice water.
He did that shit like twice or 3 times.
But you saw the OG dude came back, the original one.
Drew Walls?
Yeah.
Nah,
he came back and he dropped one yesterday, and it was like, you saw he had competition and came back like Mike.
Those videos are so fucking stupid, yo.
I'm sorry. And motherfuckers will say, oh, but he's a roaming defender. He does this. He be out on the perimeter. But it's like, bro, let's be serious. Like, or like, oh, he's playing with other big, which he's not even playing with Zach Edey. Seriously, he's not no elite rebounding big. But it's like, you're 6'11", but for example, like the excuse of, oh, he has Zach Edey next to him. Cat with Gobert next to him still averaged like 8.5 rebounds. I don't understand the problem. Evan Mobley with Jarrett Allen next to him still averages 8 or 9 rebounds. And he's playing phenomenal defense too, just like you. So what's the excuse for him to average 6 boards, under 6 boards? I can't comprehend it. You can't give me 7.5? That's what I'm asking for, 7.5?
You got to rebound, bro.
The same way that I be begging for fucking Bam to average like 23 points, I'm going to keep begging this motherfucking Jaren Jackson Jr. to average 7.5 rebounds. I need it. I don't know if we'll ever see this man average 9. I think that's not the question.
It's actually fucking embarrassing.
Bro, how is it that I'm seeing you average 4 rebounds? Get 4 rebounds in the game.
I'm the type of motherfucker in 2K when I make a 7'1" center. If I have 9 rebounds, I'm upset. I need at least 12.
If I make a point guard in 2K, I'm tight if I only have 4 rebounds. And you're out there 6'11", getting 4, 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
And letting Desmond Bane get 7. Letting Santi get 6, 7, or 8. You got Josh sometimes out rebounding you.
Yeah.
And then that's another one of the new Grizzlies fans' excuses. He boxes out for Ja.
That's just not a flex, nigga.
Hold on. Steven Adams was boxing out for Westbrook.
I was about to say the same
forcing
shit.
a triple-double. He was still averaging like 9. And he wasn't averaging 10 that first triple-double year, if I'm not mistaken. He was still averaging like a respectable 9. I'll check right now. There's no excuse for that shit.
There's no excuse.
That shit blows me, bro, to this day. And that's why I also pick on Brook Lopez, too.
Oh, he just stopped.
Like, he just doesn't board. He's never bored.
He's never averaged like 10, right?
He's never been a rebounder. That shit pisses me off, too.
Steven Adams.
16, 17.
7.7.
7.7, so basically 8. Year after, Westbrook also had a triple-double.
9.
Oh, wow. He's boxing out for Westbrook.
And then 18, 19, he averaged 9.5.
Wow, boxing out for Westbrook.
Yep.
And 16, 17, how many minutes was he playing? Because Cancer was there.
30 minutes a game.
Okay, all right, fine. Now, you crushed my narrative and with that one. But 7.7. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s got like 6. I think he finally got to 6 or something.
I'm about to check right now.
Congratulations to him, bro.
It's fucking embarrassing, bro.
I'm tired of his ass not fucking getting boards, bro. 6'10", 6'11".
Jaren Jackson's currently averaging 5.7.
God, bro.
His best year rebounding was 22, 23. He averaged 6.8.
So he's never averaged more than 7.
I'm about to see what he averaged in college.
Spartans.
College, he averaged 5.8. So you just never rebounded. Like,
he just fucking sucks at boarding, bro.
Holy
that's so
shit.
embarrassing. To me, that's an embarrassment. That's a blemish. I don't care how great defensively you are. I don't care about your DPOY from 2 years ago.
What's his career high in rebounds?
In a game?
Yeah.
Let me guess. 14.
Damn. What do I... Oh.
Game highs.
13.
I mean, hey, you got whole dudes your size, like Sabonis, who's the same height as you,
They average that.
averaging your career high.
13 is crazy.
He's averaging your career high. You got Zubats, like, frying you in boards. Same size as you. You got a lot of these guys frying you in boards.
I'm gonna ask you, who do you think has a higher
Oh, God, I'm scared.
career high rebounding? Jaren Jackson or Isaiah Thomas? Not OG.
Zeke or are you talking about
Celtics
Celtics?
Isaiah Thomas.
No, I'm not doing that. No. It's still Jaren Jackson.
Yeah.
I say there's no way.
Isaiah Thomas, his career high in rebounds is 11. 2 off. Muggsy Bogues is 10.
So you're telling me Jaren Jackson's best rebounding game of his entire career of 13 is only 2 more than a 5'9". I was about to say 7 or 8. Well, we'll say 5'9" then. If he's listed at 5'9", I thought he was 5'8". Then a 5'9" point guard. His career high is 11. Mind you, you're 6'10", 6'11". I don't want to hear this bullshit that you boxing out for John Morant, that you're doing everything on defense, that you're doing this, you're doing that, because we point to example that you boxing out for somebody, Steven Adams. Oh, you play next to another big? What about Mobley? What about Catwood Gobert? Still rebounding at an effective rate. Defense, we could still look at Mobley. We could still look at Mobley. He's still rebounding. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
I'm trying to find more people to see, like, who.
That might be my next bet. Like, yo, Jaren Jackson doesn't average 7.5 rebounds. 7. Or 6.5. I'll set the line at 6.5 next year.
Who has more all-time career, higher career all-time rebounds? Career high. Kyle Lowry or Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Who has a higher career high in boards?
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry has a 14 rebound game, I'm guessing.
He does.
14 on the dot?
Yeah. Doc Rivers or Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Doc Rivers only got 11 in the game, I'm guessing.
14.
Oh my God, bro. Like, how are you this big, pause, and you don't have a 15 rebound game one time? 15 or 16.
Damn, Chris Paul tied him. Chris Paul had 13.
I believe that. No, I believe that. Chris Paul was getting them triple doubles on the Hornets.
Trying to think of who else. Like, all the small guards, they all got like 9, 10.
Show me John Wall.
Oh, I feel like he definitely got it. John Wall, 13.
Tied. Let's do like 2 more. I'm trying to think of guards. I'm not gonna do Brandon Jennings. He's too skinny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say short. He's too skinny. How about, let's just think point guards, or even like a
Andre Miller had 12.
Bradley Beal, because Bradley Beal's 6'4", 6'5". He's a little bit of an undersized 2 guard.
Bradley Beal.
I think his is 12.
Bradley Beal, 12.
Good job, Jaren. I mean, at least you beat Bradley Beal, but you're tied with John Wall. You lost to Doc Rivers, who in his era wasn't even supposed to be rebounding.
Yo, yeah, for real. And Doc Rivers was 6'4".
Yeah. And then Kyle Lowry,
Yo,
who's 6 foot with shoes.
All right, last one. Jaren Jackson or Damian Lillard?
That's hard. No, that's actually a hard question. Actually, now I have one more I want you to look up after that one.
All
Fuck that last one. Damian Lillard's tied.
No.
15?
More.
17?
18.
He has an 18 board game? Why?
I don't fucking know. Oh, yo, that shit surprised the fuck out of me.
This is the last thing I want you to check. CJ McCollum, since you said Dame. That small ass backcourt.
Oh, CJ.
Dame has an 18 board game?
Yeah.
I gotta see that box score, bro, and see if I can find footage of that game.
CJ's highest is 11.
Okay.
Yeah, that surprised the fuck out of me, bro. It was 2015.
2015?
Yeah, Blazers at Clippers.
Against DeAndre and Blake?
Yeah. Damn, he had a bad game, shooting wise.
Oh,
He had 5 points that game, but he had 18.
He made it up.
Holy shit.
He said, hey, let me did they win?
Yeah.
He said, let me contribute.
They won by 5, and they went to OT.
I'm about to look up Damian Lillard 18 rebounds on
Holy
YouTube, see if it
shit.
pulls up.
Damn. He was 1 for 13 that game. They had him in fucking
Garbage.
He was in prison. Holy shit.
Probably had 1 3 and then just 2 free throws.
Oh, Blake didn't play this game, but DeAndre did. DeAndre had 19 rebounds that game.
Beat him by 1. Imagine if FanDuel was a thing by then.
That's crazy.
He just took Damian Lillard 10 plus rebounds. She was probably like plus 5,000 in that era too. Because again, this is a little bit before. There was like a year or two before point guards really boarding like that.
Yeah. And then his second highest was 13 rebounds. So he ties fucking Jaren Jackson. That's crazy.
I'm so fucking
That's
tired of
embarrassing.
Jaren Jackson, bro. I can't respect that shit, bro. To be honest with you. I can't respect big men not boarding. Like, that shit irks me.
Yeah.
Like, I've kind of gotten off my old man shit in terms of like, oh, point guards not playmaking like that and mostly focusing on scoring. Like, I'm kind of done with that. It's not like no big deal to me, but like a big man not boarding, like, come on, bro, that's different. Like, that's a science thing. Pause. That scoring point guard shit, like, that's a play style thing. This is like your build and you're not getting fucking boards. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's fucking embarrassing.
I don't fuck with that.
I wish they actually no, they did track rebounds back then. I wish they like the Bill Russell era.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, because that motherfuckers definitely had like a fucking 40 rebound game. I wish
What has the record?
Yeah, 55.
I'm about to check.
That's
something.
a record I feel like I couldn't even break in 2K.
That's just impossible, bro.
It's fucking impossible.
You have to get every rebound.
Yeah. I wish they tracked blocks back then though, because I would love to see how many blocks Bill Russell averaged back then.
Ah, man.
What?
I checked Bob Cousy. I guess they weren't tracking his specific rebounds until 1970. That's weird as fuck.
Unless that's what they started. Oh, that's crazy.
No, because they have the rebounds for everybody else
Yeah,
for the whole
crazy.
60s. I guess they only paid attention to his points because they don't even have assists here.
That's crazy.
But that doesn't make sense. Hold up. They have him as averaging 5 rebounds, right?
Yeah.
And averaging 7.5 assists for his career, averaging as high as 9.5 assists in a season.
Yeah.
They don't have his game high in assists or rebounds.
That's crazy.
I'm about to just look at Bob Cousy career high in rebounds.
Oh shit. Anthony Davis progressing toward a potential return during the Mavericks' upcoming 4-game road trip.
All right, Justin. This is truly the last one. Jaren Jackson Jr. or Bob Cousy?
Bob Cousy.
16 rebounds.
That's crazy.
Versus the Rochester Royals in 56.
That's crazy.
That's actually a great transition. Now that you got that alert. I didn't get it yet. Wow.
Oh, sleeper.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That I did get it on Sleeper. Shout out to Sleeper. But they need. I know their decisions try to shut them down. 80 saying no. It's not worth it, bro. I know as an athlete you always think you can win and shit like that, but it's really not worth it.
It's not.
Unless he's really desperate against it playing. Because Phoenix is right there now at this point in time.
I think he just want to play.
Prove his point too.
Yeah, prove his point.
He just wants to prove people wrong. I
And
respect it.
I understand. Like, he want to play. The Lakers look fucking great.
Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. Better than when he was there.
Yeah, so he's like, fuck, man. I just want to go out there. He's like, he probably don't even give a fuck if they win. He's like, I'm trying to go out there, average like 30 and 13.
30, 13, 5 assists, 3 blocks.
Yeah, make myself look great. So I understand it from his perspective, but like from management and shit, I would just be like, I would just hide your faces, like, if I were management, because that's crazy. Imagine saying we could win a championship, and yeah, y'all got hurt, and I was like, oh yeah, we about to just punt the season.
But I really still can't believe there's people right when this trade happened saying, oh, short term is a good trade for the Mavericks, at least in the short term. What if they win a championship? Then what do we say about this trade?
I don't know why people's even saying that.
And
shit.
I said it in the moment. That shit doesn't make sense. It's not gonna happen.
Like, this team ain't winning no championship.
This is before the injuries too.
Yeah,
this is before the injuries. I said this shit's not going anywhere. And remember, oh my God, remember this? I said word for word here and on a live too. I said word for word. And motherfuckers said I was bugging out. I said if one team was to fall out of the play-in for the Spurs to go in after the Fox trade, but obviously the Spurs is cooking now with Fox hurt and Wemby blood clots. But I said if one team was to fall out, had to, it would be the Mavs. People said I was bugging the fuck out. They're about to fall out, potentially. Phoenix is right there.
Yeah, they're like hanging on by a thread.
You know me, man. When I'm right about a take, I'm going to be fucking riding around on my high horse, talking about that shit repeatedly. Can't win with an AD, and Kyrie as your two main stars. Two guys who are not really the healthiest people in the league. You just can't. And anyways, let's be real. Even if they were healthy, they're not better than a lot of the rosters in the West.
Yeah.
People were talking about upset alerts. What if they played the fucking OKC? What if they played the Lakers? What if they play this team? It's like,
They wasn't beating none of those teams.
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Maybe the Grizzlies, but what are we talking about besides that?
Yeah, the only teams I would have saw them was like Grizzlies and Rockets. And that's it.
People are fucking delusional. That's kind of the problem, Justin. People are fucking delusional.
Yeah, bro. I didn't like this trade when it happened. And I even said, bro, once Luka's gone, you put it more on Kyrie's plate now.
Yep.
He was playing more minutes, had more to
39 minutes.
do, and look, towards ACL.
Poor guy, man.
So
I hope he comes back the same. I know we got the modern medicine shit, but I don't even want to put it out there. But I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I feel like he should come back the same, but we won't see it for a while. Like I wouldn't expect to see it next year. I would expect to see it in the
He's gonna play 26, 27, I think.
yes, that year.
That's sad.
Because we're in 24, 25, 26.
We're at the end of 24, 25 too.
Yeah.
Because he got hurt like 2-3 weeks ago.
I wouldn't expect Kyrie to look like Kyrie until the 26, 27 season.
And I don't even think he's gonna play all of next season unless he played like the last week of next season.
I don't think he plays next year either. Especially if they're garbage, which they probably.
To be honest, I think he would play if they are garbage.
You think so?
If they was to miss the playoffs, I think he'll play the last week. If they're on track to make the playoffs, there's no point in playing him. Because now there's expectations.
Yeah.
And you don't want to throw him into the fire, play the last 5 games of the season, and now it's like, hey, buddy, need you to play against OKC right now in a 5, 6, 7 game series. Let's see what you could do.
Yeah, that's what the Pacers did with Paul George.
Exactly.
When he broke his leg.
Exactly. Paul George played 6 games, I think.
I don't think they made the playoffs in 15, but I remember him coming in against the Knicks,
7,
headband
6, 7
and everything,
games, yeah.
and he was like just out there, just playing.
Going through the motions.
Yeah, and then the year after, he was finally back, and they made the playoffs.
And they got, was that no, that's not the sweep by the Cavs.
No,
that was the year
they
after.
lost.
They lost to the Heat.
They lost to the Raptors in 7 games.
They lost to the Raptors.
That was a good series too.
That whole playoff was amazing. I think every series was great, unless I'm missing something. Except Cavs versus Pistons.
Yeah, that was it. The best moment of that series was when Kyrie hit that fucking half court and he was like, bye-bye.
Every series besides that, though, was Heat. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Heat versus Raptors was tough. Kyle Lowry hitting that fucking half court buzzer. What else? The Hornets was in that shit too.
Oh, Hornets Heat, yeah.
Hornets Heat, the purple shirt guy talking shit to D Wade. What else do we have?
Who the Cavs playing round 2?
That I was about to ask the same question. I think they played the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks beat the Celtics. They beat Isaiah Thomas' Celtics. And Isaiah Thomas was playing well against them too.
I remember that.
That was a good series, and then he beat the Hawks. Obviously CP3 and Blake got hurt, but then you had Austin Rivers step up a little bit, and Jamal Crawford really step up against the Blazers.
Oh, Blazers!
And lose.
I remember that. That's when fucking Austin Rivers had the fucked up face and shit.
Yeah, Warriors beat the Rockets.
Thunder beat the Mavericks.
The Mavs in round 1. They beat the Mavs in round 1, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who the Spurs played. I'm trying to look at the map real quick to cheat. I don't know who the Spurs played.
15, 16.
Not the Nuggets. Definitely not the fucking Lakers. Wasn't the Jazz either. The Jazz just missed the playoffs because of the Kobe game. Who the fuck did the Spurs play?
Or was it Thunder, Grizzlies, and Spurs, Mavericks?
You might be right.
I think it might be Thunder, Grizzlies, Spurs, Mavericks.
You might be right.
And then No, was it 20?
No. It was OKC and the Mavs. You know why?
Why?
Because that's when Charlie Villanueva was getting in between Campaign and Westbrook, and they was just pushing him away.
And Justin
When they was hitting the
Anderson.
folks, yeah.
I remember that shit.
They was hitting the folks. So that means, like you said, it only leaves over the Grizzlies. That's who it was. The Grizzlies versus Spurs.
15-16, they played the Mavericks in round 1. Yeah.
That shit was funny.
I remember that shit.
Because we were just hitting the folks by the scorers table, and then Westbrook
But they did that
pushed
shit
them
on
away.
purpose, though, like walking through it.
Yeah.
And then Justin Anderson was right behind me. This nigga said... Nah, that's when I love Westbrook the most, bro. That was hilarious. He really pushed the shit out of you.
That and the Do What I Want commercial. That's my 2 favorite Russ moments.
Yes.
Like off the
Yo,
court.
he was fucking going crazy in that shit.
And the commercial?
Yeah.
And he said,
Me and Deacon used to laugh at that shit.
That shit was comedy. That shit was funny as
Because
hell.
he was taking that shit mad serious.
Yeah. He said, I low-key missed under Russ, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was a good. That's still one of my favorite playoffs of all time. I fuck with that one. I fuck with 21 heavy. I love 21.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm about to find the first round. So first round, you had Blazers, Clippers, Spurs, Grizzlies.
I got everything right.
Yeah. Thunder, Mavericks, Warriors, Rockets. Yeah.
The only thing that sucked was because even Houston and Warriors wasn't that bad, but the only thing that kind of sucked was Pistons and Cavs. Where you got Andre Drummond as your best player and Stanley Johnson being the LeBron stopper. Advertises that. Poor guy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck he is right now.
2013 playoffs was fucking lit.
2013, bro. Don't even get me started. You had
Nets, Raptors went to 7. Pacers, Hawks went to 7.
Wait a second. 12, 13 or 13, 14?
Oh, this is 13, 14.
Yeah, because I was going to say 12, 13 was Nets, Bulls. That's Nate Robinson cooking.
Yes.
You had the shitty Bucks and Heat. You had us versus Celtics, where we had the kind of like the beef going on. What's the last series that we missing? We missed Pacers and Hawks, maybe.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, just from that time frame, because the Magic sucked. Sixers missed the playoffs. Yeah, they didn't make it. Drew Holiday was All-Star. They didn't make it. I think it was Pacers Hawks. I could be wrong though.
No, it was Pacers Hawks.
Yeah. Then us versus the Pacers. We unfortunately lost badly. Melo stuffed at the rim by Roy Hibbert. Shit was never the same ever again.
2014 first round playoffs was lit. You had Nets, Raptors in 7. Pacers, Hawks went to 7. Clippers, Warriors went to 7. Thunder and the Grizzlies went to 7. Blazers, Rockets went to 6. That's when Dame hit the shot. And then you had Spurs. Then you had Spurs and Mavericks went to 7.
Fire. Spurs Mavericks was so fire.
I think that was the year when Vince Carter hit that game winner. And then the only shitty series was Heat, Bobcats, and Wizards, Bulls.
Hold on. But Al Jefferson was putting on a post clinic. That was a fun thing to watch.
He was.
Besides that, that's it.
And then fucking LeBron staring at MJ going for that dunk.
Yeah, and doing the dunk. And MJ being fucking tight. Damn, yo, that shit was so tough, man. So 13 was tough. 14 was tough. 16 was tough. I think 21 was phenomenal. I'm trying to think of another playoff bracket that was incredible. 11-12 wasn't really that great. It was cool. It was good, but it wasn't that great. 14-15 is really fucking good.
Clippers, Spurs, man.
Clippers, Spurs.
I'll never forget that
Clippers,
game.
Spurs, and then Clippers, Rockets.
Yeah.
You had that back to back. Warriors, Grizzlies was tough. It's just that Warriors, Rockets was a little bit of a letdown, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But those two Clippers series, phenomenal. And then Tim Duncan shaking CP's hand. People thinking it was a change in the guard. Like, all right, CP3's chance to win a title. Yeah, no, y'all blew a 3-1 fucking lead.
17 playoffs were so ass.
17 was terrible. 17 is probably the worst one I've seen in my life. Truly and honestly.
That playoffs. The only shit that was fun was the Celtics Wizards.
It was so bad, bro. Start to finish, it was terrible.
That playoffs was ass.
Yeah, Celtics Wizards was cool because of John Wall.
Yeah. And then IT was like, we coming in black because it's a funeral. And I think they lost that game.
I hate when teams do that shit because we did that too. to the Celtics, and we lost.
And I will never forget that John Wall game winner in Game 6.
That shit was so nasty.
That shit was crazy.
I fucking love John Wall, bro. I miss John Wall every day. I miss John Wall hoops every single day, bro. I'm not even trying to be funny.
2018 was
2018 was great in the East. The West was only good. Harden versus the Warriors.
Yeah, you had Bucks and Celtics go to 7. Cavs.
Chris Middleton. Hold on, Chris Middleton with that clutch shot against the Celtics. That's when he started being a Celtic killer. It was like less than a second left on the clock from the right wing. What else happened that postseason?
Cavs Pacers went to 7.
Obviously, yeah, but you also had LeBron. So I'm trying to ignore like the LeBron
I
stuff.
forget about this series.
Wait a
Fat
second.
John Wall, Raptors, Wizards. Oh my God, I forgot about that series.
Sixers, Heat. Ben Simmons having a small beef. Oh wait, pause. Wait a second. Pause. Wait. How do I word that? Ben Simmons having some tension with the Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'll never forget the year after.
I take that shit back.
I'll never forget the year after with the
Ben
Nets.
Simmons 1 point game 2.
Yeah. The second round was ass in 18. Because all the series were either sweep or 5.
Yeah.
And then conference finals, you had Cavs Celtics that went 7, and then Warriors Rockets that went 7. That was
phenomenal.
That was lit. And then the finals was fucking ass.
Let me ask you something before we get into MVP of the week. Now you just mentioned the 18 Rockets. Do you think they would have beaten the Cavs?
Nah. No. Would have been a good series though.
As a Bron fan, I really wanted the Rockets to get there because I really think he would have beat the Rockets. I got in ring number 4 at that time.
Bro, I was rooting so hard.
I think he could have one-man army them, especially with CP3's injury. Would he have even played in the finals? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And if he was, it would probably be at the very end.
Game 4, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll probably come back game 4. I gotta check the severity of the injury again, but it's a conversation.
Was it a grade 2 hamstring?
People, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think he plays them.
Because James Harden in 21, he had what? Did he have this?
He had a hamstring strain too, but I don't know what grade.
I don't think it was as bad as
I don't know the grade, but look how it affected him though.
Yeah, he was garbage.
Yeah, so maybe CP3 don't even fucking play, but it's the final, so maybe he forces himself to. Maybe he takes injections.
I would take the Cavs, bro.
With some
Bron
perks.
was on him. Nobody was beating Bron, bro, outside of the Warriors.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are glazing that. Well, I love that Rockets team too. I don't know if I ask D, I know he's gonna say it, but I still think Bron got it.
I think that series does go like 6 though.
Yeah, it's not no sweep or nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think 7. I think 6. I think 6. Because I think Harden's liable for like maybe 2 meltdown games. That's the only concern that I would have.
That would have been a fun ass final.
It would have been amazing. But we're robbed of it.
If we had that finals, I would have put that shit up there. We're like, damn, this was one of the greater years.
What about CP3 healthy?
The CP3 healthy, I feel like that series goes like 7 games.
That's going to 7, but I might still lean the Cavs.
I would still lean Cavs. Bron was...
We was robbed of a potentially great finals. See, we would have been watching a close, great game at prom instead of that bullshit that we had to watch.
I didn't watch any... That 18 finals, I only watched the first game. Saw how that shit turned out. I'm like, I'm not watching game 2. Game 3, watched it at prom.
Yeah,
and Kevin Durant hit the same 3 from the same fucking spot. I'm like, I can't watch this shit.
It was by the photo booth. I was tight.
And then I didn't even watch game 4.
I remember, I'll never forget that. It was by the photo booth. I got so tight. I was like, there's no way this shit's happening right now.
That was like the first time where I was like, I'm not watching the finals.
I mean, I still did, but I was like, I was so salty.
I didn't watch that shit at all. Outside of game 1, bro, I did not.
I turned off game 4 when Bron dapped up everybody.
I didn't even watch game 4.
I turned off game 4 when he dapped up everybody.
And then game 3, I only saw those moments at prom, and then I didn't even watch game 2.
She got me so
I think the only shit I remember from game 2, Steph Curry hit like some wild ass 3 at the end of the quarter or some shit. And I was like, turn that shit off.
That's some of like my peak Clay hate too, because that's also the OT game where Bron swatted Curry's layup. And Curry's like, you couldn't let me have that? And he's like, oh, that's not fucking basketball. Like, it's garbage time, whatever. Like, I already won, whatever. And Clay was like, all right, blah, blah. Clay was just in the background. It's like, nigga, you had like fucking, 16 points that game, I bet, if I just had to guess. He wasn't doing shit. You was a backpack for 30 and 35, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. One of the motherfuckers that talks the most, bro. Talks the most, and it's like, you look for the best player on your fucking team.
When they're up 2.
Yeah, only when they up. Like my nigga, you was like when Kevin Durant was there, you could argue you was the fifth best player on that team sometimes. Because there's moments where Iguodala was better than you.
Yeah.
But you was talking the most. So shout out to him. Let's get into MVP of the week though, Justin. I got a couple of names, some unique ones. One guy who I really miss right now. I can't lie to you. All right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names, right?
Yeah.
First up, one of my favorite players is not a Nick. Paolo. 24, 11, and 7. 31, 6, and 5. 30, 8, and 5. 2 and 1. That was for the Magic. This man I miss so much, bro. Even when we traded him, I was a little bit sad. Q Grimes. 28, 6, and 2. 46, 13, and 4. 28, 5, and 3. 25, 10, and 2. Only problem is the Sixers was 1 and 3 in that span. They tanking. Free my boy Q Grimes, bro. Aaron Gordon. Saving me in fantasy, bro. Thank you so much. I love you. 38, 6, and 3. 26, and 11. And then 23, 3, and 4. Nuggets was 1 and 2 in that time frame. Ant-Man, he had 41. Nothing else. He didn't do anything else in that game, by the way.
Damn.
Just scored straight 41. 38, 5, and 2. 29, 6, and 4. 17, 5, and 2. He split 2 and 2 in those games. Zubats, 17 and 14. 28 and 20. And then he went 17 and 10. That was 3 and 0. And then the last name, Bronny with 17 points. You know, I was almost tight too following that game because I almost placed the bet at the start of the season. Bronny scored 20. I think it was like plus 900 or some shit like that.
Oh, like in
And I
any
didn't take
game.
it. Any game. I didn't take it. But I really wanted to. I was like, fuck it. What if I just throw $10? But that would have been so tight if he hit 20. I don't think he's going to hit 20, but this is probably his best chance. So, Justin, who's your MVP?
You don't think like last game of the season, once they clinch, he'll hit a 20?
No.
Like 36 minutes?
No, I'll be tight if he does it too.
He looked good though.
You can't, you know why? Because it's still too tough in the standings.
Yeah.
It's still too packed.
Yeah, they'd have to be like fucking OKC level type shit.
So we got Paolo, Q Grimes, Aaron Gordon, Ant-Man, Zubats, and Bronny. Now, if you need me to repeat anybody, let me know.
I kind of want to give it to Q Grimes because I don't think he'll ever get this shit again.
Hey, never say never. He's fucking balling.
Nah, he is balling.
Hey, man, Q Grimes. I forgot the honey pack, but you are the honey pack MVP of the week. Royal Honey, please send us a whole fucking case of Royal Honey, bro. And we'll start promoting you. Fuck Blue Chew. Blue Chew want to advertise everybody, bro, on their podcast and shit. Royal Honey, how about y'all step into the game?
Royal Honey, please.
Yeah, please, bro, please. We asking. We asking
If we
nicely.
do this, we could come up with a brand new flavor.
I don't know about that. What type of flavor are you talking about?
I don't know. Like Royal Honey Glacier Edition or some shit.
Like mint?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. Fuck it, why not? About Royal Honey flavors, bro. What are we doing? If Royal Honey was to ever sponsor us, I'll really like bring like shit here.
I would deadass bring it too.
Like, but I'm saying like I would have it. Like we would have to put a table here and literally just have a thing of Royal Honey on it, and then like every week I'll bring something to put my Royal Honey. Chicken wings, you feel me? Maybe some waffles. Maybe just some Coca-Cola. I'll just dip in everything after the MVP of the week.
If this actually happened, I would have like a NBA draft stream and sit here with like Popeyes and have Royal Honey and eat while we live react to the draft.
Oh yeah,
I would deadass do that.
but can it be towards the end though?
Yeah.
Can we like use it towards the end when we about to leave? Cause I ain't trying to be on brick mode on pick number 17. Like that's the last thing I need, bro.
Turn into John. I'm like, oh my fucking god, where's my Coke?
Wait, what? Turn to who?
Josh.
Stop. Shout out my boy Josh, man. Oh fucking god. I need my fucking Royal Honey right now. Where did my Royal Honey go? Shout out to Josh, man. Justin, any shout outs, bro?
Shout out Tyrese Proctor. I had to say it in the Australian accent. But shout out to the Duke Blue Devils. Go.
Easy ass game. That's what we bigging up. My team's out. Anyways, we didn't even make it. South Carolina was one of 2 teams in the conference to not
They
make
was
it.
ass this year.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a rebuilding year. We chilling. So I don't even know who I'm gonna bandwagon yet. Oh, Josh is calling me right now. I don't know if I should pick this up.
Nah, don't pick it up. Well, let me close out and then you can pick it up. Oh, you about to?
Josh, you're on speaker next to the microphone for the pod. Please don't say nothing too out of pocket. I'm giving you a chance.
That should tell you everything.
I'm not on that timing, dude. I died last night.
All right, say something to Justin.
Yo, what's good, bro? How are you?
Yo, what's up, Josh?
You want to say anything to the pod?
Damn, I forgot you guys do on Saturdays. Lakers in 6 in any series they have. Lakers in 6.
Amen. OKC, UFC, BBC, Lakers in 5, bro. I'm telling you.
I feel like it'll be a little bit difficult for them, but they're still gonna win. But yeah, Lakers are that team.
Josh podcast.
Even when they don't have everybody, they still win games.
When are you coming on, bro?
Whenever Justin schedules me on the pod, I'm down to come.
That's crazy. So he says it's your fault.
That's on me.
Yeah, it is on you.
We need the Josh podcast soon. The solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also need your solo podcast, and we could be the guests.
I would watch. I would watch every episode.
That is crazy dick suck.
No,
bro.
I dead ass would.
That is crazy dick suck.
Wow. I mean, I gotta get on that. I really gotta get on my shit. And now that I'm working nights, I have the whole day to prepare for it and get the materials. But yo, Jordan, call me after you guys are done with the pod because I gotta talk to you about last night.
Yeah, I got you, twin. Don't even worry about it.
I did some drunk dials after I left y'all.
Oh my god! All right. We getting you off the airwaves.
See, this is why Josh needs his own show.
So I did some drunk dials.
It would have been morning recap, drunk dials.
He can't morning recap whatever the fuck he did last night. Oh my god! Continue your shout outs, bro. Or what was I saying? Oh, I was saying who's my team?
Yeah, your team.
I could backpack. I could backpack Calipari because I'm a Calipari glazer, as you saw in the chat. I know you're not really rocking with, bro, but I fuck with Calipari. So, but I don't wanna bandwagon them or Alabama, like you said, because they're in the conference. So,
Big East.
I gotta think, bro.
Johnny's. Nah, because Mike and Kev are kind of glazing. Actually, no.
Maybe
Kev is glazing the Johnnies.
Maybe I'll just pick a random ass team like Gonzaga. They're not gonna make it that far, anyways. Maybe I'll just. If NC State was back in, I would have picked them. Louisville's out. Maybe I'll root for Creighton for a little bit too.
Unless you just do what my
Creighton just be out there. Let me see who I have in.
Unless you do what my brother does, root for everyone that plays Duke.
Yeah, that has been what I'm doing.
But after they beat Duke, hypothetically, he just rides out with them.
Well, I'm not even being funny. In my bracket, I have you beating Baylor, but then I have Oregon beating you guys. So maybe I should just root for Oregon. I have Oregon beating you guys in the Sweet 16. And that's not even me trolling. I just didn't want my shit to be basic and be like, I was like, there has to be upset somewhere.
That's what I did when I was making my shit. When I saw my fucking Elite 8 was 1-2, 1-2, 1-3, 1-2, I was like, nah, I gotta change.
Yeah, I have Gonzaga Elite 8. I have Gonzaga Final 4. So I might just ride with them. I just bet on them to have a miracle run.
That's what I fuck.
And then I banked on UConn just experience getting all the way to the Elite 8.
Yeah, Mike was bugging picking Oklahoma against.
So did Kev.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Fucking idiots. No, I fuck with them.
I'm like, Fears is tough, but he's not gonna backpack against UConn.
He
almost did though.
Maybe I could glaze New Mexico a little bit. Nah, fuck Maryland.
Damn, I'm about to pass Eric and Mike in the bracket.
Fuck Drake. I'll glaze Calipari a little bit just because I love Calipari. I'm not gonna ban. So my teams are gonna be whoever's playing Duke. Just to spite you, because you used to hate on motherfucker. Will wait for the only 2 Lions losses to say anything about the Lions. Every fucking win wouldn't say shit. Yeah, but
you've been doing this Duke shit though.
Yeah, now.
No, before.
In response to the Lions.
Last year, you did it too.
You've been hating on golf for 3 years. So I don't want to hear that shit. Yeah. Been hating on Jared Goff for about 2-3 years.
I think the only time you rooted for Duke was the Zion year.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, because that team had so much. That's the college team that had the most aura in my lifetime.
I still go back and watch those highlights.
Shit was disgusting, bro. That has more aura than Kentucky 15. That has more aura than AD's Kentucky. That's the team with the most aura.
I was
to
watching
me.
Zion highlights the other day.
Motherfucker's shoe exploded.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Motherfuckers had me locked in. Damn, and I hate to say this. It hurts for me to admit it, but that team has more aura than 17 Kentucky. And I love 17 Kentucky, bro.
With Fox, Bam.
Fox and Monk.
Isaiah Briscoe.
Boys. Yeah. So I guess I'm rocking with Gonzaga too. Clemson fucked me over, bro. I had Clemson Sweet 16. Fuck Purdue.
Clemson fucked me over. And
Purdue's winning right now.
Louisville fucked me over.
Purdue's winning right now.
That's not good for me.
Which sucks because I needed Clemson to beat Purdue and Clemson's not even fucking here.
Yeah. Damn, they're destroying McNeese. Holy. I can't wait for that Arkansas St. John's game. Holy.
By the way, since we said the name, shout out my dog Jared Goff. He's gonna be on QB season 2. I'm hype. We got him and we got my second favorite QB, Joe Burrow, on the same show.
Why is fucking Kirk Cousins on it again?
I don't know. Who would you ever place him with? Herbert?
Nah, because I like the formula that they went with the first season. It's like you have your superstar, you have your not mid guy, but like your all-star,
like cool guy and Kirk Cousins and a struggler.
Like Goff fits the cool, like the Kirk Cousins.
Jameis would have been cool instead of Kirk. That shit would have been funny too, because he would have been doing just dumb shit.
Jameis would have been cool, but I guess from their perspective, the Kirk Cousins moments in the OG in the season 1 were like the best moments. So it's like,
but you also have to understand. Yeah, they're doing Kirk Cousins again, but
it's a different
version.
Coming back from,
you had the crazy high of the 500-yard game,
coming back from injury,
and playing like shit after.
And then playing like shit after. So yeah, I guess
that 500-yard game was tough. So I guess he's filling that role, even though the other season it was a little bit different. So
and
maybe
transition from going to a new team. Fucking, they draft a QB without telling you.
I still think that was lazy though.
Yeah,
you could have. There's 32 QBs. You couldn't pick anybody else.
Jameis would have been a good one.
Jameis would have been good. Even fucking Andy Dalton would have been kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like just like a backup type of guy who's going to start a little bit.
I would have been cool with Bryce Young too.
Bryce Young even.
Going through that.
I don't think they should do rookies ever.
Yeah.
Because you never know what they're going to be.
Save that for Hard Knocks.
Yeah, you never know what they're going to be, bro.
Bryce Young would have been cool though. Starting the season was so shitty. And
it would have been crashing out, probably crying.
Yeah, and then ended the season fucking
uplifting.
Yeah, uplifting. With hope going into the next season.
Who else? Sam Darnold would have been interesting. I know it would have been Vikings again and shit like that, but Sam Darnold would have been interesting. I'm trying to think who else would have been interesting too. But Sam revitalized his career, but I don't know if anyone really saw that coming to this extent. I'm just trying to think of more QBs.
Maybe Tua. Like, I thought I was gonna fucking retire.
Hold on, imagine they got Anthony Richardson, and we got the behind the scenes of him quitting. Be like, oh, I need a sub. I'm tired.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Geno would have been cool.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see Geno too. I don't know. I just think doing Kirk Cousins again was lazy.
Yeah,
but I'm happy we got my 2 guys in there, and the reveal was funny because niggas thought it was gonna be mascots.
We got Burrow. We get to see his reaction when they rob his house.
Wow. They're going to say his reaction to missing the playoffs and flying. Motherfucker said when they robbed his house. Think they staged it for the show then?
Maybe. I remember one of the motherfuckers tried on his grills.
That's nasty,
and took
bro.
a flick with it. I'm like, why the fuck would you wear another man's grills?
Justin, get us the fuck out of here, bro.
If you guys are listening on audio, please give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Follow us on TikTok at the J&J Podcast. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Peace.